kilometers an hour.
Yes, this ride is as uncomfortable as it looks. Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to another edition of Borders on Budgets. On this episode, we're going to take a driving tour of Berlin in the Trabant, East Germany's famous and infamous car. Hi, I'm Matt, and welcome to this pack of matches, and thank you very much for tuning in. Seems like this should be on the Blair Witch next episode. A reminder, Borders on Budgets.
Your first time in Berlin, right?
No. The last time I was here was in '89.
Really?
Yes.
30 years ago.
30 years ago.
Before the wall came down?
Before the wall, yes. So I have my Trabi story, which I will gladly share at some point in this video. A still standing part of the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, the wall was erected in 1961.
TrabiWorld is the company that provides these driving tours around Berlin, and today's guide is Axel. Yes, we know that we're not in a Trabant in the lead car, but well, this will have to do.
We want to do something which was not possible 30 years ago. Let's go west, okay? We want to cross the borderline. And maybe you can see a double line of cobblestones now on the ground. Yeah. This is exactly the line showing you where Berlin Wall used to be. You can use third gear right now and feel the power of your two-stroke engine inside. Yeah, Trabant, 26 horses, 600 cc. It's a two-stroke, two-cylinder engine inside. And when we cross the river, we are back in former East Berlin. So that means Berlin Wall used to be now exactly next to the river underneath.
Just to see, by comparison, as to how small a Trabant is in comparison to cars made in the West, both now and previously. This bike has more power, and so does this car, and so do these bikes.
So through past the left turn at the junction.
Pardon me if it seems that I'm getting a little too intimate in a Trabi with strangers.
It's totally fine. Comrades in here.
Hey, we're in Europe. It's all good. Yes, this looks as cramped as it is in the screen. Matthias, how does it feel driving a Trabant?
Absolutely horrible. This is, without a doubt, a crappy car.
And yet there must be some sort of nostalgia, or
there's really some nostalgia in this car. I can't imagine how it would be being a DDR and driving around in these two-stroke engine cars and trying to get the gas from not getting the car to stall, and it must have been a wonderful time.
I guess the squeaking means that it works. So, Runa, you're the passenger, and between you and Matthias, there's not a lot of headroom or probably a lot of footroom.
No. I would say I'm taller than average, but I'm still surprised by how cramped it is here.
And we're switching.
Television tower is 368 meters, the highest tower of Germany.
This is like driving my old Puch Monza, and Puch Monza was an Austrian scooter back in the 70s. It also was a two-stroke, small 50 cubic inches scooter, and it was crap.
Besides the tour of the city, a stop at the petrol station allows visitors a chance to see what's under the hood.
Okay. So, but how much is inside here? Let's check it out. Your car is from 1989. Okay. So it's one of the last they made.
Is it better to drive or push the car?
Oh, that's the same.
That's quiet.
The kids need to try.
What is a Trabant made out of? What is its material?
The material is very special, called a Duroplast. You can say it's the East German fiberglass. It's a very light material, no rust, because there's no steel, no metal inside. It's just a mix of wool and resin, cotton and resin. Yeah? Duroplast.
Listen to these motors just purr.
But we don't want to wait so long like the East Germans wanted to wait for the new Trabi, because it was average time to wait was 10 years. Imagine 10 years to wait for a car like this.
And last but not least, the
And it was more expensive. Yeah, the used car was more expensive than the new car in East Germany.
Because you're paying for its immediacy. Economics 101, that even worked behind the wall.
That's it.
As Axel mentioned back at the gas station, Trabants are not made out of steel or metal, but instead in some sort of combination of plastic and cotton. And the reason for that is that the GDR in fact had a steel shortage.
Sehr gut.
I'd jump in, but not a lot of space. How's the car running? All is good?
Alles sehr gut.
Can you imagine, as a family, driving 1,000 kilometers to Budapest?
Oh, thank you.
Maybe you see the green strip here. There's a playground for kids right now. This is the former no man's land, where Berlin Wall used to be, watchtowers, landmines underneath. So we are back in East Berlin.
For all of the flaws of a Trabant, why are they so popular 30 years later?
It's a cult right now. Maybe you know the pictures when the wall came down 30 years ago. All the East Germans coming to West Berlin, for example, or to West Germany with a Trabant car. And it was nearly every second car was a Trabant car in East Germany. So this is now a part of our history, you can say.
Wow, we won't see this every day. A BMW seeding the way to an East German Trabant.
Thanks, sir. And there's a sign where you can read you are entering the American sector. And it was the third checkpoint for the US Army here. And that's the reason why they called it Charlie. Charlie is just the third letter of the military alphabet. A, B, C, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. Just crossed.
What a fun way to see Berlin, and certainly this Trabant ride was a whole lot less stressful than the last time I was in the car, which was in 1988, and I had to race back to Checkpoint Charlie to meet its midnight deadline. This has been another edition of Borders on Budgets. A reminder, Borders on Budgets, long distance hikes, slices of life, not a lot of money. From TrabiWorld in Berlin, Germany, thank you very much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
Yeah.
Ooh, tunnel! It's a tunnel! Oh, how neat! Woo, woo! Coming! I'm holding up the tour, I know. Did you like this episode? Good, I certainly hope so. It was fun to produce. Help Borders on Budgets grow. Hit the subscribe button below, leave a comment, and share this video with your friends who like vintage cars.